AI agents are the future.
AI agents, which I think is an exciting trend that I think everyone building in AI should pay attention
But
to.
what are they and why do they matter? In 200 seconds, we'll explore what they are and how you build them using tools like CrewAI, Microsoft AutoGen, and LangChain graphs. LLM AI agents powered by models like GPT-4 work autonomously. Unlike regular models like ChatGPT, agents can think, take decisions, and perform tasks on their own. Let's see how you can build them using CrewAI. CrewAI orchestrates autonomous agent with roles and goals. Here is a quick setup. You first install CrewAI, and then you create a new project. You define your AI agent's role in a file, in a YAML file, where you give their roles and their goals. And then you create a file where you specify in your Python code what each agent will do and which kind of process they should follow. You have sequential process and hierarchical process. And then you can kick off your agent to do a specific task that you have. For example, here we have a researcher that is supposed to pass the task to an analyst. And then the sequential process makes sense here because the researcher, when he finishes doing the research, should pass the result to the analyst. Microsoft AutoGen. AutoGen is an open source framework from Microsoft that simplifies building applications with multi-agent conversations powered by large language models. It focuses on enabling agents to communicate and collaborate effectively. You have an example here where you install AutoGen, you create some agents, and you send a message between both of the agents. You give the role of the agent and the name of the agent, and then you just use the send function to send a message to a specific agent so you can allow them to communicate and exchange messages. So think of it like multiple ChatGPT thinking together to solve a problem, and you define when one ChatGPT will send a message to the next one. They also have an open and a no-code platform where you can actually do this without a lot of coding. You can check it out. LangChain Graph. LangChain Graph is a framework for building application powered by language models. Its graph module allows you to create sophisticated AI workflow just by chaining together different components. So you have nodes, for example, the input node that will be the first that will receive the query, and you have different other nodes, and these nodes can be anything from a researcher to an assistant to a coder, and they have activation layers, and these activation layers will be when we quit from one node to another. Here's an example on how to use it. You install the LangChain and you import the graph module, you define your nodes and you define your edges. The edge here, for example, quit from input to LLM processor and from the LLM processor to the output, and you can actually define which model each node can use, which is pretty powerful. And then in our specific example here, you run the whole graphs with one query, and it will go with the process that you defined. So with that said, I still want to give the whole big concept around AI agents. So understanding the core behind AI agents is pretty important. First, you have roles. As you can see, or as you saw before, each of the agents needs to have a specific role. Secondly, you have collaboration. You need all these agents to work together. If you just want to have one agent doing something, you're just doing few-shot prompting or nothing that's related to AI agents. So they need collaborations, they need to communicate, and they need to exchange messages. Message passing is therefore important, allowing them to effectively communicate and coordinate. Autonomy. It's pretty important to create agents that can act independently. So if you still have to manually come and activate some things, it's pretty hard to build a scalable AI agents flow. And then workflow orchestration, which help manage complex interaction and data flow. So with this concept and with the framework that I introduced earlier, you can build AI agents pretty flexibly and scalably. But with that said, I need to remind you that leaving AI agents, leaving LLMs to communicate and do anything without your intervention can be pretty expensive, especially in terms of input tokens. So if you let your AI communicate and then you don't exactly monitor when to stop or how the chain of communication is made, it may end up sending message back and forth and burn a lot of your tokens, and you will have to pay a lot of money for that. So you need to be cautious in that sense. These are pretty interesting concepts. So if you think it's interesting to have more video about the topic, put in a comment below. And in any case, I will do some presentation video about CrewAI, AutoGen, and LangGraph with specific use cases. So if you don't want to miss that, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Ciao.